Stop trying to explain your way out of objections. Have you had this happen? At the end of an appointment, a homeowner says, but your estimate is $2,000 higher. But the other guy said he'd eat my deductible. But my insurance company told me to get 3 estimates. And you're the expert. So you just jump right in. You're like, yeah, but listen, our estimate, they didn't include this, this, and this, and we provide more value. We're better service, better product, better warranty, yada, yada. And they said they'd eat my deductible. Yeah, but it's illegal, it's fraud, we can't do that. Well, my insurance company to get 3 estimates. No, you don't need 3 estimates because the insurance company doesn't know that it's just your deductible no matter what, and you try to explain things away. And does it work? I don't know, not super well, does it? And if you think that it does, it usually leads to some resistance and more resistance until you finally break it through, and that doesn't work, at least not well, and at least not consistently. And with what I'm gonna teach you today in this video is gonna help open your mind. It is a psychological secret that I wish I knew when I got started in roofing sales, because if I had applied this secret, I would have made a boatload more money, because all we're doing is learning how people process information, what they're already thinking, and learning how to communicate more clearly so our message actually lands and makes sense. Because what's happening now is this feeling where have you ever had this? That customer says, well, they'd eat my deductible. And you just want to reach out, you just want to shake him, like, but that's not how it works. It's illegal, we can't do it. And you're like, you just want to shake some sense into him. And you feel like however you explain it, it's like they're going la, 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 and they will not listen. It drives us batty, at least it drives me batty. So I'm gonna help you get through that today, and I can't wait. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, welcome back. Adam Bensman here, and everything that I do here on my channel is designed to help you and your team smash your income goal and give every customer an amazing experience. And what I'm gonna be teaching you in today's video is going to help you not only make more sales, it's gonna help your customers have a better connection with you and like you more, and it's gonna help you in your relationships outside of work and outside of sales. So let's get started. But right before we do, hey, if you haven't gotten into my free training center yet, there's no catch. Click the link in the description. If my videos here have made you money, you're gonna love what's inside. Click the link right now, no catch. And if you didn't get a copy of my book yet, The Roofing Sales Survival Guide, How to Beat the Odds, Overcome Yourself and Win Big, grab your copy on Amazon, Audible, or Kindle and see for yourself why it became a #1 bestseller in under 24 hours. All right, let's get to the topic of objection handling and this desire to explain it away. So first what we're gonna do, I'm gonna lay some groundwork on psychology about what we are all experiencing. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions, and I'm asking you to stay engaged and play along with me. Do these thought exercises, because what I'm gonna do is you're gonna be experiencing things just like your prospects are, and it's gonna help you really understand and integrate this information. So my first question to you is, have you ever watched a movie, and while you're watching a movie, halfway through, you start predicting how it's gonna end? Yes or no? Yeah. Naturally, right? Next, could be a TV series also. So let's say the last movie you watched at home, because people don't go to movie theaters anymore, and you're watching at home with your spouse or significant other or the gal or guy you're dating, and you pause the movie, right? And then you turn to talk to each other and you're like, this is how the movie's gonna end, I just know it. And then the partner goes, no, it's gonna end like this. And you have different predictions on how that movie's gonna end, don't you? But no matter what you say, you argue back and forth, and neither of you budge even a little bit. You are just like, boom, bumping heads, because in your mind, you've already came to the conclusion of how it ends. And as the movie progresses, you click play, you're watching the rest of the movie, and you're on the edge of your seat, and you're just waiting to be, yeah, I'm right, I know I'm gonna be right. Oh man, that character died? My plot is foiled, it's ruined, it's not gonna end like that. And now you're captivated by the movie. You are drawn in by the movie, because you need to know, you're like, man, I thought I had it figured out, but now I don't. And you are locked in. You have to see how it's gonna end. That's how it goes, doesn't it? Can you relate to that experience? Yeah. Now, if you still say, you know what, Adam, I'm not sure, then let me give you just one more example. We must know what happens next as humans, which is why we predict how movies end. It creates a psychological tension or a psychological pain, where while we're watching something, there's the unknown, how it will end. So we don't do inconclusive thoughts, we fabricate our own. I'm gonna give you 2 more examples. You probably have some sort of person or ex that you dated at one point, maybe even your current spouse or significant other, and you guys got in a fight or something, and naturally then you're not with each other. You're on a fight, so you're off with your buddies, and she's off doing her thing, and then you're texting, and you're trying to like resolve the fight. But then your partner, she ghosts you for a little bit. You send it, you see that she read it, the 3 dots show up, and they go away, and you're like, What is she doing? Did she read it? Is she mad? And then you start, she's probably out with her friends. No, she's icing me. She's totally ghosting me. That's totally on purpose. And then you fabricate an entire story. And then after you guys resolve it, you later find out that what you predicted and the narrative you made up is completely not true. Have you had that happen? Yeah. All right, I got one more and then we're going to jump in because I really want to make sure you get this point. If you're an Amazon Prime member, are you? Most people are. You order something on Amazon Prime and then you do what sometimes? You go and you check shipping to see when it's going to arrive. How crazy is that, by the way? Because you exchanged your hard-earned money with Amazon. You paid them over $100 on a pre-agreed upon service to say, here's $100 for the privilege and opportunity of buying more stuff from you. And you've agreed that that item will be shipped to your house in 2 days or less. So same day or 2 days. And when you're at checkout and you check the box, it tells you what day it is going to show up. Yet you check shipping to see when it's going to arrive. You, my friend, are nuts. I am too. I do the same thing. Because humans must know what happens next. So the key takeaway here, my friend, is this. This is going to all come back in to roofing sales and sales in general. People must know what happens next. And when they don't, they create their own story. When they don't, they create their own story. So, for example, when a homeowner says, the other guy can eat my deductible, I want you to, or this estimate was $2,000 cheaper, what's going through that prospect's mind is a narrative. And the narrative is, if this company can do it for less, then anyone should be able to. And those that aren't are just trying to take me for more money. This is the narrative. They are describing everything in their mind's eye. I'm filling in the pieces. So when we go to explain our objection away, no, we can't do that. We're more valuable. They don't have this on our estimate. We have that. That guy can't eat your estimate or can't eat your deductible because it's illegal. What they're hearing is a justification of you trying to backpedal and say, no, you should pay me more money. And now we're butting heads. So what we need to do is understand the phenomenon that when people create a narrative, and just like the example of when you're watching the movie, you're going to play that movie through and be glued to the edge of your seat. You and your partner disagree on how it's going to end, but you are locked into that movie to find out how it's going to end. And you're just waiting. You're like, yep, I'm right. And the only time that you will even consider the fact that you're wrong is when something happens to ruin your prediction. And at that point, you experienced it yourself. You are locked back into the movie, dying to find out what happens next, okay? We need to create that exact moment for your prospects first, where they think everything's going one way, something happens and they go, wait, what? And now they're attentive and drawn in just like you were watching the movie. We call that a knowledge gap. So when someone thinks they have the whole narrative figured out, we need to create a knowledge gap, which is essentially asking a question that they do not know. When we ask a question to create a knowledge gap, that homeowner goes from thinking, hey, I know how this is going to work, everyone can eat my deductible, to wait, what? Now that knowledge gap occurs and they're going to be locked in to listen to what you're going to respond with. So I'll give you an example. Mr. Homeowner, I can't eat your deductible because it's illegal, it's fraud. The homeowner, well, yes, you can. If everyone's doing it, why can't you? Likewise, if I do this is creating the knowledge gap. Mr. Homeowner, did the other contractor explain how they could eat your deductible? When I ask that one question, the homeowner is going to say, no, they just said they could. The minute they say the word no, it creates a knowledge gap. Now they're admitting that there's information they don't know. This gives them an opportunity to listen more intently because they've admitted that there's a knowledge gap. I can go on further, by the way, and say, hey, do you mind if I share what's going on behind your back that could get you into some legal and financial trouble? And then they're going to be extra attentive. And the same thing goes on a retail estimate. Example, the other guy's estimate was $5,000 less. Did they explain what grade of shingle they were using? What type of ridge cap they were using? What type of pipe jacks they were using? If they were reusing or replacing the step-to-wall and roof-to-wall flashing? Did they explain how they're doing the valley installation? Is it W metal or ice and water shield? Do they explain how many courses of ice and water shield they're going to be using, especially in that overhang up front? These are the questions that when you ask them, you have to be patient. The homeowner is going to sit there and go, no. And now, in their mind, if this roofer can do it for $5,000 less, anybody should be able to. You've asked questions that created a knowledge gap, and now I can say, hey, I can speak to that, and they're going to be far more receptive than me saying, well, they don't have this and I do, because now again, we're justifying. So the psychological secret that you now know is that people create a story in their mind, especially when they don't have the information, because humans can't do it. Just like how we predict when we watch a movie or when we order products on Amazon, we need to know when it's going to show up. So our job in sales and your job in sales, take a breath, slow things down, and learn to ask the right questions. The most powerful questions that you can ask people are the ones that they can't answer. The most powerful questions you can ask are the ones that they can't answer or that the answer is no. And once you do that, bingo, knowledge gap created, and the prospect is far more inclined to listen to everything that you have to say. Now, if you like this practice, the only thing that matters is if you start using it. So in the very next appointment you run, ask these questions, and I want to hear from you about how your close rate goes up by learning how to create knowledge gaps. Then speak to them. All right, last thing. If you're someone who jives on the psychological principles of sales and you like my approach and philosophy of selling, you're gonna love my sales system. There's a link in the description for you to learn more, or text the word demo to 303-222-7133. Just because our time here is about to wrap up does not mean your and my time has to. So if you haven't done it already, jump into my free training center, and I've got a video here on YouTube I think you're really gonna love, and I will see you in the next one.